Let's move on to week number 7 of the National Football League. And two teams on a bye this week. One, thank God I don't have to watch this nightmare for 1 week, the Dallas Cowboys. And the other team is the Chicago Bears on the bye coming off of the London game. But we start Sunday, 1 o'clock on CBS. It is the 5-1 Houston Texans at the 4-2 Green Bay Packers, a 3-point home favorite. 47.5 is your over-under. Mikey B, we'll start with you.
Matt has the Texans and the over. Evil Twin Sean, as I bring up his picks, he has the Texans and the over. I am going to join them. I'm going to take the Texans and the over. I think the Texans win this game. Yeah.
All right, EJ.
Well, all three of you guys will be wrong here. Give me the Packers to win and give me the under.
Wow.
The under.
10
Let down City.
Right.
That's right. Great green, 10 green, smelly, cheesy ass Wisconsin cheese toes. That's right. Down and the under on this game.
All right, student of the game.
Jim loves feet too. So
I'm not doing it with feelings. I'm doing it with facts that make this game confusing. I believe you guys are making what is the safe pick with the Texans for clear. But the Texans are among the most penalized teams in the league. I think they have a shot to win this game and then lose it to a bad beat. I'd rather be wrong being bold than being screwed by the Texans getting penalized too much. Give me God, and the fact that they put them like dead even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah. Give me the Pack. It's not that I love it, but it's going to be an over. I feel more confident in that than picking this game. The Texans are going to make this game way closer than it should be. You guys are right to pick the Texans. Like I said, I'd rather lose being bold than get a bad beat. So yeah, give me the Pack.
I think both these teams are kind of in that, and we'll talk about it here in the power rankings a little bit. But they're in this group of teams that are very similar. And if you want to make arguments for them, anywhere in the grouping, I'd be willing to listen to them. I like the Packers since Jordan Love's return, offense starting to click a little bit more. I'll take the Texans at cover 3. I think this is going to be an extremely tight game. I think the Packers win it. I'll take the Texans to cover though, and I will also take the over. I think points with both of these offense are going to be the name of the game here. Then the next one we go to Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern time on Fox. It is the 4-1 Detroit Lions at the 5-0 and off the bye Minnesota Vikings, a 2-point home favorite for Minnesota. 49.5 is your over under. Wait, this just in. The Lions just scored again against the Cowboys.
God.
Shit. All right, Mikey P, we'll start with you.
Evil Twin has the Lions and the over. Matt has the Lions and the under. I have the Vikings as a very competitive matchup here for the Detroit Lions. I think this game is going to be a very good game. I think it's going to be a very back and forth game. But I'm going to give the advantage to Man Campbell and the offensive line of the Detroit Lions. There are some things that need to be addressed with the Lions, especially on the defensive side of the ball, losing Aiden Hutchinson. That's going to be a question. And that's going to be something that this week is going to be very telling on what they decide to do moving forward. Because there are a couple names that I've heard that they've reached out about. Probably talk about that in the power rankings. I'm going to take the Lions because I think the two-headed monster at running back of Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery will help them keep the defense off the field for extended periods of time, which is going to be a key while you're trying to fill the void that has now been lost by the injury of Aiden Hutchinson.
It's a brutal injury. Unfortunately for them, a tough week to have to start figuring that out on the defensive side. But EJ,
it's tough because the Vikings come off a bye and Lions are red hot right now. I would say arguably the best team in the NFC right now. I know that injury Hudson's going to hurt a lot in long term. Although I believe that culture in Detroit, they can find ways to keep that mix going. And honestly, you know what? I like what Detroit's doing. I love what they're doing now. Give me Detroit to win this game, and the Vikings, fighting a winning streak. Give me the Lions win, and give me the over.
All right. Student of the game.
Literally the most difficult game to pick all fucking year, and it's because of the Aiden Hutchinson. I know we've all mentioned it, but the words that haven't been uttered yet that I think are worth stating: best defensive player on the Lions team, period, team at team, all period. I know I mixed it up a little bit, but you get the point. Shit. I like Mike's take that the run game really drives that. The under here feels appropriate. I think points will be at a premium. I almost feel like getting 2 points, picking the Vikings is the right move, because if they do lose, it might be within one. If anybody's seen Madden Campbell style games, that shit goes down. You know a little bit about that from week 1 of last year, don't you, Burn? So with all that in mind, no, I'm not brave enough to do it, though. I still can't believe in the Vikings enough. Give me Man Campbell, man. Fuck it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a big mountain to overcome with the loss of Aiden Hutchinson. Did have successful surgery. Lions, of course, placed him on the IR. Certainly would not expect him back this season for sure. In terms of points, I mean, Minnesota, they've scored over 30 only twice, and not far into the 30s at that. Detroit also has only scored over 26 2 times. Granted, they did it the last 2 weeks, although against Seattle and Dallas, who rumor is they're still looking for their defense. Wait. Oh, another Lions touchdown. Got it. But yeah, so I actually do like the under in this one, despite the weapons on both sides of the ball. This is just I think this is going to be more of an old-fashioned NFC North matchup, and it's going to be a real fun one to watch. Unfortunately, I'm calling a wrestling show on Sunday, so I'm not going to be able to see it. But all that said, right now, coming off the bye, it's weird because like the momentum maybe kind of stopped a little for Minnesota. The momentum certainly rolling for Detroit. Another one, got it. So yeah, give me the Lions. It's going to be a close game. Obviously, if they win, they're going to cover the 2, and I like the under as well. But it's going to be a great game. Certainly one of the more difficult ones to call this year. We moved into Sunday at 4:25 Eastern time on Fox. It is the 5-0 Chiefs, also off the bye. They travel to the 3-3 49ers, a 1-point home favorite. 46.5 is your over/under on this one, Mikey B.
It's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a lot of in the trenches play. Chris Jones probably playing against the best offensive line that he's played against so far this season. You don't agree with that assessment?
I'm not prepared to analyze that. That's an interesting take. I'm not looking at you because I think you're wrong. I'm like, I never thought of that, was kind of what I said. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Buddy.
So, no, you're fine. I just clarification. You are the offensive lineman guru here. So I figured if there was someone who would say that my take was wrong, it would be you. So that's why I was waiting for a response.
I thought I just had hate in my heart. Cool.
No, you do. You still do.
No, you just have hate for Ernest. That's fine. No. Matt takes the Chiefs in the under. Sean takes the Chiefs in the under. You know what? I'm gonna do it. The lucky streak and the finding ways to win games that they've found a way to give away will come back to spur Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes the second in the foot here. I'm going to take the 49ers to win this football game. At this point, it's nothing more than I think inevitably there's going to be a game where they're going to not play clean, whether it's similar to the Chargers situation, similar to the Ravens situation, similar to the Bengals situation. The thing is here is you finally have a defense that can actually make sure that if they can get a double-digit lead, Patrick Mahomes will have a hard enough time to come back in a football game. That being said, I think the Niners pull it out. I think this is a 21-17 kind of game. I think this is going to be just in the trenches. And I at this point, I think even with the shoulder injury to Jordan Mason, depending on what that looks like, he hasn't let go of the football as much as the running backs currently for the Chiefs have. So give me the Niners just because I think it's going to be more of a smash mouth football game.
All right, EJ.
Logically, you should take Andy Reid off a bye every time. Historically, he's probably the greatest coach off a bye ever. However, I'm agreeing with Mike here. Look, his bottom line: the Chiefs are not going unbeaten this year. Let's just cut that shit out right now. They're losing a couple of games this year, and they'll lose this game this week to San Francisco. The Niners need this game big. Give me the Niners win this game and give me the under. I can't believe we're talking about the Chiefs as a smash mouth team. That's fucking crazy, isn't it? So weird.
No, it's not crazy because I said it since week 2 of last year. And if
I know that, but it's just still getting used to that. Like it's still weird.
You need a year. You need damn near 2 seats. What the fuck do you need?
I don't know. Patty Mahomes, man. I get it.
This is the same guy that's bringing up the fact that they won the Super Bowl 3 years ago in his arguments. Give him time. It'll come around. It'll come around. Just give him time.
First of all,
Who do you trust?
second,
There it is.
that's just goddamn disrespectful. Holy shit. By the way, upon further review, thank you. That's a perfect one. Upon further review of the Chiefs' schedule, I agree with your statement that the Niners may represent the biggest challenge the Chiefs' defensive line has faced. That is fair. However, where Chris Jones will be placed is towards the weakness of the Lions' offensive line. In other words, the smartest thing you could do if you're the Chiefs, put Chris Jones on the opposite side of Trent Williams, something other teams don't do with their dominant pass rusher, like, I'm sorry, Jim, Micah Parsons. But
He's been hurt for 2 weeks. It's irrelevant.
I mean, last year when it was 49-7, Jim.
Gotcha.
So I.
Oh no! We suck again!
That being said, Brock Purdy has had games where he's made mistakes. This Niners team was able to get away with a lot more last year because they were that much better. I don't think you're seeing that here because a lot of guys are missing. McCaffrey's still out, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The guy who's come in to fill in for him has done a wonderful job. I'm taking nothing from him. But Brandon Ayuk is still on a milk carton. And let's be honest, Deebo Samuel has not been all that in a bag of chips either. So then what? Juszczyk's supposed to carry this team past Patrick LaVon Mahomes II and company? I get it. Patty's going to throw another interception. Fred Warner's a goddamn beast. But Chris Jones decides this game just as he has all the others because he doesn't do battle with Trent Williams. I have the Chiefs. Give me the under, though. That is the clear play in this football game.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can't with a 1 point spread, can't really pick one team to cover either way. Coming off the bye, for the record, Andy Reid 31-7 all time, 9-3 in the postseason. Make it 32-7 overall. I do like the Chiefs here. I think it's going to be a close game. I think we're as weird as it is, man. I think we're talking the under in this game. 46 feels very low for an NFL game, but I think that's just who these teams are right now. So give me the under and the Chiefs.
By the way, Jim, notice you did not hit the homer button for this particular pick. How fascinating.
And I will then we go Monday 8:15 Eastern time on ESPN. It is the 4-2 Ravens. They are a 3.5 point road favorite at 4-2 Tampa. 48 is your over under, Mikey B.
Matt takes the Ravens and the under. The Evil Twin takes the Ravens and the under. If Tampa plays the way they did in that second half against Baltimore, I think that they can keep this game very interesting. I think this might actually be one of the toughest games for me to pick. And no, this isn't my homerism coming out and knowing that Baltimore has to lose for Cincinnati to have a shot to still win the division. I'm saying this because Baker Mayfield has finally figured out the pieces to use the way he needs to use them in this offense, with Godwin, getting the ball into his hands, making him make plays, things like that. And the fact that they scored like 35 points on the road in the second half was pretty impressive.
27 and a quarter or something stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Three-headed monster at running back. I mean, the weapons that seem to be there right now are pretty wild.
you know, and maybe this is more of a slight on the Saints because their defense looked really good in the first quarter and a half. So, you know, the fact that they kind of disappeared in the second half is kind of more alarming. Baltimore's defense doesn't normally fade that heavily. Give me Baltimore, but I don't think this game is more than like a 4, maybe 7-point game. Like they're within a touchdown the whole way. I'll take the over. I just feel like that if Tampa's going to keep it close, they're going to have to keep scoring. So, and I think it's going to be close, so I'll take the over.
Devin, stop being rude. Yeah, we're still live. What are you doing?
Hi, Devin.
Is they're still gonna hate?
Goodness sakes, Devin.
Don't be rude.
Get the hell out of my house if you don't want to. You're gonna
Hey,
That's
Ernest,
mean. What?
You have hate in your heart, Jim.
come in here talking that shit. Student of the game, Raven, or no, EJ, Ravens at Bucks.
Mike, did I hurt saying that Baltimore to pick Baltimore to win? Did it hurt a little bit? Just a little.
No, actually, it didn't because unlike you, I can actually use my head.
What the fuck? It's a question.
Hey, it's hard for him to use his head. It's so big, it's heavy, Mike. Don't be rude.
You're right. I know. My wife tried to tell him that that was actually what went through the wall, not the van.
This is true. The streak continues here. Great game, probably most underrated game of the weekend. Give me Baltimore to win and cover. I'm taking the over in this one though.
Student of the game.
I wasn't ready for the smash sound effect, Jim. Fuck. You can't do
I
that.
wanted to laugh while still talking.
You can't do that, but you can't do that. Fucking Christ. Okay, I do have an analysis, I promise. Okay. I like that number. I'm going to pick the over, but expect to get it wrong.
Why?
Reasons, bitch. Here's the thing. I don't think 3.5 points is enough. I think a field goal decides this game. I think Baltimore wins, but I'm going to take Tampa to cover. Yeah.
It's wild that it's that close.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Because to Mike's point, I trust Baker Mayfield. The Ravens O-line has been spotty at times, but I think the key to it will be both Lamar Demetrius Jackson and Derrick Henry controlling the football on the ground, keeping their offense on there longer. Baker Mayfield may make a comeback, but it's not going to be quite enough. A field goal. Is Justin Tucker still kicking for Baltimore?
He is. He has not been quite as automatic this year.
Maybe not, but Justin Tucker is still a bad motherfucker. Give it to the Ravens.
No,
More
that's-
automatic.
Mamma
More
Jamma.
automatic. Justin Tucker or G-Reg Zerillium.
Well, it depends how windy it is. Yeah, this game is another one. The slate in the NFL this weekend definitely strong. The concern I have for Baltimore is their defense has not been as good as we've kind of known the Ravens defense to be over the last couple of years. So that's why too. I think the Bucks do cover. I think the Ravens win, obviously a close one. I would not be surprised if the Bucks can pull this one off at home. And I will take over. I think we're gonna find points on both sides of the ball.
They were a little improved this. They were a little bit more improved this week against Washington, a little bit in comparison to the weeks before.
A little bit.
You know.
They're getting there, but I
You
think
give
it's
the
going
Bucks
to
a
be
little
enough.
bit of credit than that too. Like Vita Vea is still a thing, bro.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah, I
saying.
think.
Right
I
over.
do think it's still going to be enough for the Bucks to find some holes through it and make some plays. So it's going to be a close one. I think next week. Is this another 2 Monday night week?
Yes, it is.
Good
There's,
God.
Raiders and the Cardinals, I think, or something like that.
Oh, gross. Just watch this game. Don't worry about that other one. Both those teams stink.
So you want to know? I think I figured out why they're doing
Chargers
this
and Cardinals.
Monday
Sorry.
night.
Chargers and Cardinals.
Oh, then by
Little
all
bit,
means,
little
let's
bit, yeah.
watch. Let's watch those Chargers.
Homer.
Homer.